हेलो चिल्ड्रन एंड वेलकम टू टुडेज सेशन। रात को जब हम छत पर टहलने जाते हैं तो हमें एक बहुत बड़ी ब्लैक स्काई के अंदर बहुत सारे लाइटेड बल्ब्स नजर आते हैं। All these lighted bulbs are nothing but stars. So have you wondered that you are living on one planet which is called Earth? Earth के अलावा और कौन से planets हैं? What are their various characteristics? And is there life on it or not? And if there is no life on them, then why is it that there is no life? These are some of the questions that we are going to address in this chapter on the universe. So in this chapter, we are not only going to talk about the stars and the other planets, we are also going to talk about the different phenomena that take place in the universe all around us. But before that, let us remember that stars are the heavenly bodies that emit light of their own. And we also need to know that all these stars are very far away from us. We also need to know that stars are also distant from each other. जब हम अपनी छत से देखते हैं तो हमें stars पास नजर आते हैं. This is because the distance and the angle from which we are looking at the stars. Sun is also a star, but we are able to see the sun as much bigger than all these stars. This is because sun or earth का distance is less compared to the distance between the earth and all these other stars. बहुत सारे stars मिलकर बनाते हैं एक galaxy. A galaxy is a huge collection of stars. Now the galaxy जिसके अंदर earth है, that galaxy is known as the Milky Way. There are many more galaxies around the universe. Some have been discovered, some are yet to be discovered. Now, these galaxies are made of millions and trillions of stars. All these stars sometimes seem to form a very interesting shape. When the stars form a shape that is recognizable, जिसे आप पहचान सकते हैं या किसी human object या human being या animal की shape में उसे picture कर सकते हैं, that set of stars is known as a constellation. Let us learn more about stars and constellations through this video. So we all need know that some stars shine more and some stars shine less. This is not because there is a difference in the shining of these stars. This is because the stars that are closer to the earth appear to shine brightly, and those who are away from the earth seem to shine a little less. Now, the next star that is closer to the earth than the sun is known as Alpha Centauri. This also appears as a very bright star in the sky. Now, all these stars appear to move from the earth from the east to west direction. This is because the earth moves from west to east direction. For this reason, the sun also appears in the east direction in the morning. Now, some of these stars form interesting recognizable shapes which are known as constellations. This constellation is made up by 7 stars. It is called Ursa Major or the Big Dipper or the Saptarishi. This appears in the northern sky in the April season. This constellation actually helps us to locate the pole star. And you know what is the use of the pole star? A pole star is used by sailors to find the distance when they are moving in the sea. A pole star is situated right at the end of the ladle of the Big Dipper. The next constellation that we are going to read about is known as Ursa Minor or the Little Bear. This again is made up of 7 stars. The Orion or the Hunter is another well-known constellation in which the stars take the shape of a hunter with a bow. Scorpio is a constellation made up of 7 stars, and this is heavily used in Indian astronomy, and it is also known as Vrishika in Hindi language. Now, this Scorpio is also a star sign according to the English version. Then is the Cassiopeia. It is a group of 5 stars and it is known as Sarmishta in Hindi. Pleiades is an important constellation. It does not have a particular arrangement as such, but it forms a cluster of stars that are like twinkling gems in the night sky. We next come to the solar system. So we all are very well aware that the Earth is a part of the solar system of the Sun, with the Sun at its center and 8 planets revolving around the Sun in their fixed orbits. We all also know that each of these planets takes a different time to complete one revolution around the sun. ऐसा क्यों होता है? ऐसा इसलिए होता है क्योंकि हर planet का sun से distance different है. Sun is the largest and the heaviest member of the solar system. Sun के अंदर constantly gases आपस में react करते रहते हैं, जिसकी वजह से numerous amount of heat and a lot of light is generated, which lights up our entire solar system. Now, scientists believe that the core of the sun has a temperature of 5500 degrees centigrade. Now, because the planets Mercury and Venus are so close to the sun, that is why they are the hottest planet, because the sun itself is so hot. During the day, the sun appears to be moving in the sky. This is because the part of the earth that is facing the sun will appear to be the brightest. Then steadily, as the earth rotates, so does the position of the sun changes in front of our eyes. We feel that the sun is also moving in the sky. Now, as we can see in this picture, the rays of the sun fall directly during the afternoon. That is why the afternoon sun is the most difficult to bear in summers. Morning और इवनिंग के अंदर सन की रेस स्लांटिंग होती हैं, जिसकी वजह से सन की हीट कम लगती है. Now coming to the next heavenly body that is close to the earth is called the moon. अब मून क्या है? मून अर्थ की नेचुरल सैटेलाइट है. मून का सरफेस जो है वो प्लेन नहीं है. मून का सरफेस क्रेटर्स और क्रेविसेस से भरा हुआ है. मून की भी ग्रेविटेशन पुल होती है जैसे अर्थ की होती है, और अर्थ सन के आसपास घूमता है, मून अर्थ के आसपास घूमता है. मून टेक्स 28 days approximately to complete one revolution around the earth. मजे की बात यह है that at any given point in time मून अर्थ के आसपास घूम रहा है. इसका मतलब हर जगह से जो मून दिख रहा है वो कंप्लीट नहीं दिख रहा, because some of the moon is on the other side. These causes the phases of the moon. So what are the phases? The crescent moon, the half moon, gibbous moon and the full moon. Full moon night को क्या बोलते हैं? पूर्णिमा. And no moon night को क्या बोलते हैं? New moon night. Now let us understand about the planets. The word planet is a Greek word which means wanderer. Why has the planet been given this name? Because the planets do not stay in one place. They keep moving from one place to another around the sun. Now, the 4 closest planets to the sun are Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars. These are smaller planets and they are called terrestrial or Earth-like planets. The next 4 planets, that is Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune, are very huge in size. These are called Jovian or giant-like planets. These are also called outer planets because they are away from the sun. Now, why do the planets appear bright? Just like the moon appears bright क्योंकि sun की light reflect करता है, in the similar way, planets also appear bright because they also reflect the light of the sun. Let us study these planets one by one. The first planet is called Mercury, जिसे हिंदी में बुध बोलते हैं. Mercury is the closest planet to the sun. Mercury is therefore very, very hot and it has got a very thin atmosphere which is majorly made of hydrogen and helium. Therefore मर्क्यूरी के ऊपर किसी भी फॉर्म ऑफ लाइफ को एग्जिस्ट करना पॉसिबल नहीं है. Then comes Venus. Venus is the second planet to the sun and it is also a closer planet to the earth. And Venus can be seen in the morning sky as well as the evening sky. Therefore, it is called the morning or the evening star. Now, Venus too, just like Mercury, does not contain oxygen. It is made up mostly of कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. एंड जैसा कि हमने एक चैप्टर में पढ़ा था कि ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट की वजह से जो टेम्परेचर होता है इन प्रेजेंस ऑफ कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड गैस, इट कीप्स ऑन इंक्रीजिंग. दिस इज द रीजन वीनस इज अ वेरी वेरी हॉट प्लैनेट. अर्थ या पृथ्वी, we know that earth is the third planet from the sun and earth is the only planet that has got life on it. क्योंकि अर्थ पे ऑक्सीजन है, अर्थ के आसपास ओजोन लेयर है, अर्थ के ऊपर sufficient amount of water है. All these things together support life on earth. We also know that earth takes about 365 and a half days to complete one revolution around the sun. We also know that अर्थ के ऊपर जो इक्वेटर है, यानी कि जो लाइन अर्थ के बिल्कुल सेंटर से होके जाती है, that is the area which receives direct rays of the sun and it remains very very hot throughout the year. The earth has one natural satellite which is the moon, जिसके बारे में हमने अभी अभी पढ़ा था. अब हम बात करते हैं मार्स या मंगल की. Mars is one of those planets which can be seen clearly with the naked eye. Mars appears to be red in color because of the presence of iron oxides. Also, it has got a lot of red dust on it. Amazingly, Mars के ऊपर भी water है, लेकिन वो frozen form में है. Mars does not support life, although scientists have been trying to find out whether life is actually possible on this planet, because there is a very strong belief of existence of the same at some point in history. Mars has got two moons which are known as Phobos and Deimos. Coming next to Brihaspati or Jupiter. Jupiter is a very very huge planet. It is probably the largest planet that is present in the solar system. Now Jupiter has a ring system around it. These rings are made of gases. The environment in Jupiter mainly consists of hydrogen gases. Now there is a red spot seen on the surface of Jupiter. ये माना जाता है कि जुपिटर के ऊपर कई सालों से एक बहुत strong storm चल रही है. It is because of that storm that we can see this red spot all the time. Coming to the next planet, which is known as Saturn या शनि. Saturn के आसपास एक बहुत खूबसूरत रिंग है. Saturn is considered to be a very very light planet. It is said that if you put Saturn in a bucket of water, it is so light that it will flow. Now the rings that you see around this planet are made up of ice and rock particles. Saturn has got 30 natural satellites. Coming next to Uranus, which is known as Arun. Now Uranus and Neptune together are known as cold giants. This is because they are very far away from the sun and they are very very cold. It is believed that icy winds continuously blow on these two planets. Now Uranus also has rings around it. The diameter of this planet is half that of Earth. Uranus has got 21 moons that have yet been discovered. Neptune has got 8 moons around it and Neptune is also made up of gases, but at the center it has got dust and rocks. So this was about the main planets of the solar system. Now let us talk about dwarf planets. Dwarf planets का मतलब है जो objects, heavenly bodies planets के characteristics display करते हैं, but they are too small to be called a planet, are termed as dwarf planets. So we all know that Pluto was once called a planet, but when the system of characteristics of planets was revised, Pluto was removed from the list and it was known to be a dwarf planet. Small solar system bodies. So just like the smaller planets, the dwarf planets are also made up of rocks and dust. Similarly, there are asteroids, which are small, irregularly shaped rocky bodies. These can be seen moving between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. ऐसा माना जाता है कि ये उन प्लैनेट्स के टुकड़े हैं जो आपस में कनेक्ट होकर प्लैनेट बनने से रह गए. दैट इज व्हाई दे जस्ट कीप फ्लोटिंग हियर एंड देयर इन द सोलर सिस्टम. समटाइम्स we see very fascinating flash of lights across the sky. That is known as a comets. Comets जो होते हैं वो पूरे सोलर सिस्टम में घूमते रहते हैं and they are visible from the earth only at a particular time of the year. Now Halley's comet is one comet that is seen from earth once in every 76 years. This last appeared in 1986. So you can quickly calculate when it would appear next. Then there are meteors and meteorites. Meteors और meteorites क्या होते हैं? जो ये floating rock pieces होते हैं. Sometimes when they enter the Earth's atmosphere, they light up. क्योंकि अर्थ के आसपास प्रेजेंट जो गैसेस होती हैं उनमें ये बर्न करना शुरू हो जाते हैं और बर्न करते ही दे अपीयर लाइक अ शूटिंग स्टार इन द स्काई. और जब बहुत सारे मीटियोर्स एक साथ अर्थ में एंटर करते हैं, दिस इज कॉल्ड अ मीटियोर शावर बिकॉज देन यू सी many meteors burning up together. We have learned that moons are the natural satellite of the planets. Now on Earth, many scientists have sent artificial satellites to the space. Now these satellites orbit the Earth in a fixed orbit and they provide us information as far as weather is concerned, maps are concerned, communication is concerned, as well as security of a country is concerned. Each country has launched their own satellites around the Earth in fixed orbits. India is one of the largest domestic communication satellite, which is known as INSET. Now, INSET satellite helps in telecommunication, radio broadcasting, and telecom communication. So in this chapter, we have learned so much about the universe. We have learned about the sun and the solar system, the star and the galaxies. We have also learned about each planet in detail, and we have learned about artificial satellites and their uses for mankind. Thank you.